Good morning, everybody. Monica here, aka AstroMommy, and today we are going to talk about the transits for the day. And today is a very, very exciting day. We have Mercury trining Jupiter, and we have Venus perfecting her trine to Mars. So let's go ahead and get into the astrology. Go ahead and minimize myself here. How are you all doing on this beautiful Tuesday? Hopefully good. All right, I've got my coffee. I'm all set up to go. Go ahead and grab your coffee or your warm beverage and let's get into it. So, early this morning at 6:21 a.m., Venus perfected her trine to Mars. So we have Venus down here at 18 degrees Scorpio, 38 minutes, and Mars in Cancer at 18 degrees, 38 minutes as well. So this is a really nice transit that you probably started feeling yesterday, and it will definitely color the whole day, and it could actually extend on to the whole week. So I want to just read to you what Venus and Mars from Reinhold Ebertein's book, The Combination of Stellar Influences, what the signatures are for Venus trine Mars. So the main principle is the impulse to love and passion. And in a trine, we're talking about passionate love, sensuality, desire, a warm heart, descriptive talent, artistic creativity, a lively expression of feelings and sentiment. So this definitely is a beautiful transit that means harmony in our relationships. It's definitely a sexy time transit and supportive of romantic gestures. So the question is, what do you desire? What do you want most right now? Because those types of things are going to come up today. Passionate love, sensuality, your sexuality, your desires, all of those things are going to be flowing freely today. This also could mean money flowing freely from effort applied, right? Because Mars represents effort, action, and drive, and initiative, and what we identify with. And Venus represents love, relationships, and what we value, including finances and money. So it's a really positive transit for those kinds of things today. Moving on, at 8:02 a.m., the moon in Sagittarius will form a quincunx to Mars in Cancer. So this moon here in Sagittarius is going to be forming a quincunx to Mars. And what that means is that whatever our desires are or drives are, whatever we are identifying with, there's something that feels slightly odd for some reason. Emotionally, we feel a bit off with the actions that we want to take or the desires that we have. And what I really feel about this is that it's possible that our desires, what we want, what we're trying to bring into our lives are trumping our daily routine and causing some sort of disruption in the regular flow for the day. Our passion overtakes us and we decide to do something fast and furiously in the heat of the moment, and that kind of throws off the plans for the day. So not a huge issue, but just beware that that energy is happening. Then at 8:22 a.m., Mercury in Libra will trine Jupiter, and this is super nice. So Mercury is going to be making a nice, harmonious, beautiful trine to Jupiter and Gemini. Mercury rules Gemini, so this is a really positive aspect between the two planets, and it's an awesome transit that means that our thoughts are going to be flowing freely, and they are expansive, abundant, and positive. It's a transit that means good things are coming to us. We could receive good news. It's full of lucrative possibilities and yes answers. This is a green light. Yesterday, we experienced a red light with the moon squaring Saturn. Today, we're experiencing a green light with Mercury trine Jupiter. It's optimistic and positive thinking. It's expansive thoughts. So we have an open mind, and we are also making good calls, good judgment calls today, because when Mercury's in trine with Jupiter, we are able to think clearly and make sound decisions. It's very nice. And we could also experience like a greater interest in learning or teaching, because both of these planets, Mercury and Jupiter, have to do with learning and teaching and expanding and gaining knowledge, and also the exchange of knowledge, between the teacher and the student kind of a thing, as well as beliefs and philosophies could be coming into play as well. So it's super positive for exchanges of all kinds, emotional, physical, financial, and spiritual. So if you're working on something, this is a good day to offer it to the world. Say it out loud. A great day for support from your community. It's a great day for expressing your feelings to those you love. It really goes nicely with the Venus trine Mars energy for like in the relationship department. We will be saying and showing our love and appreciation for others today. So I really feel like that's really positive. It's a good day, like if you're taking a test or an exam, this is a really good day to submit those answers, submit your test, submit your exam, whatnot, because you'll get a positive response most likely. Also, submit your book to the publisher or press publish on your newsletter or whatever it is that you are writing. It's a great day for writing and getting your work out to the larger world. So it's very good. Super lucky day. I love that. Then moving on to mid-morning at 10:36 a.m., Mercury in Libra here will oppose Chiron in Aries retrograde. So this could be us coming face to face with our vulnerabilities and our wounds and deciding whether or not to talk about them. With the other positive energy, I feel like this is just reminding us that we are not perfect and we have flaws, but we can be bold and courageous in spite of those flaws. And we can take these opportunities to grow and expand, show our love and compassion for others and ourselves. Mercury is in Libra, so that's a very diplomatic, beautiful, harmonious sign that means that we are going to be communicating from a place that is trying to create peace and harmony and keep everybody having a good time with everything, right? So if you are feeling like a victim with this opposition, which, maybe you could be with whatever happened over the weekend with Mercury square Mars. So this is your chance to decide to rise up above the victimhood mentality and find the higher frequency to exist on. This is, Chiron is also about tapping into the synchronicities of life and the signs that you are seeing and paying attention to those signs so that you can see the divine working in your life. Additionally, dreams might be able to offer you some insight here with Chiron in opposition to Mercury. So keep a dream journal, write them down. You might gain some wisdom that helps you heal things. In the afternoon at 1:09 p.m., the moon in Sagittarius will perfect her opposition to Jupiter in Gemini. So this, again, the oppositions are of the nature of Saturn, and they mean that we're coming up face to face against something that we have to make a decision about. Or we're feeling pulled in two different directions, and it's a tug of war energy. With the moon opposite Jupiter, this means we have to make a decision today to accept the changes and the turning point that Jupiter is representing. Now, Jupiter made a square to Saturn in mid-August, and I believe that now that we have the moon opposing Jupiter, we are going, every month we have the moon opposing Jupiter, we are having to revisit this turning point energy, whatever the decisions are that we're thinking about making, that, the shifts in our life that are major, we are revising them during these oppositions every month. Okay. So we are like on the brink of change. Jupiter is about to station retrograde tomorrow, October 9th, which means that it's right now. We're making the decisions of what we're changing and how we're going to be moving forward today, starting tomorrow and over the next few months as Jupiter goes through his retrograde. It's my belief that that square that Jupiter made to Saturn in mid-August, we are now going to be taking action on those things, those changes and those shifts that we're making in our plot line during this Jupiter retrograde cycle. So the wheels have been primed and ready to start to roll, and we are rolling out tomorrow, okay? So this is us making a decision on that emotional level and on an everyday level. We have to make changes, and this is the moment that we're going to do them. So try to stay within the bounds emotionally and not get too hyped up or too down about whatever it is. Sagittarius moon is hopeful and optimistic, so that is good. But don't get a little hedonistic about it. Sagittarius could be like, well, I'm just going to do whatever I want to do because this is what I want to do and that's where I want to go. And you don't want to get too hedonistic about it and just do whatever you want. So try to stay grounded, stay on the path, stay where inspiration is, follow the inspiration that is leading you forward, but do it mindfully. We still have all of that Libra energy. So do do consider other people's feelings, consider how your actions are going to be affecting other people, and then make your decisions according to that, okay? So do follow your creative urges and what you feel your heart is leading you towards, and the truth that you know is resonating with you on a heart level, so that you can make these big strides in your life, but just consider how they're going to be affecting others in the process. So right after the moon makes that opposition to Jupiter, then she's also going to be perfecting her trine to Chiron. So this is really good. This means that, we feel worthy of these amazing changes that are happening, and we can see all of these signs and all of these synchronicities and coincidences happening all around us that are kind of giving us confirmation that we are on the right path. Again, it's another signification to pay attention to your dreams and visions right now. Write them down. Additionally, the moon's going to be perfecting her sextile to Mercury right after that at 1:53 p.m. And this is a really nice harmonious transit. It means that our mental space is in alignment with our physical, emotional space. So our heart and our minds are on the same page right now. We can see all the possibilities that are opening up for us, and we could be kind of blown away by something that has expanded our consciousness recently. So really good positive transit. I like that, especially with the opposition to Jupiter and then this sextile to Mercury, with Mercury in trine to Jupiter at the same time. And then this interplay with Chiron. I mean, we have this, double opposition going on, plus double trine and double sextile. So this is creating this very, dynamic combination of energies between Jupiter, the moon, Mercury, Chiron. We're definitely having expansive thoughts and things happening in our life that are showing up in sort of a coincidental way. So we have a lot of positive significations with this. I like to see that. Now, the very last transit of the day is the moon here at, it's going to be making a quincunx to Uranus right over here. Now, what that means, the quincunx is a 150-degree angle, and it means change or separation. And what I feel like this is saying with Uranus in Taurus retrograde is we're saying, whoa, Nilly, there's something about this change that we're having a hard time accepting on some level. So it's like we can't believe our eyes that this is happening. Whatever new path forward that we are deciding to go about with the Jupiter square Saturn, and we're about to embark on that new part of the path and actually make it happen. We just can't believe that we're actually doing that, because earlier in the year, we would have never thought we were doing that, that kind of a thing. So things are changing, and with change comes a little bit of friction, right? Because sometimes changes are unexpected, or we don't feel like we want to do them. But the best thing to do with this energy is just to try to remain open to the new possibilities that are showing up for you, the new opportunities that are coming in. And instead of being resistant to them and saying, no, I don't want to do that, think about, well, what would happen if I did do that? What would happen if I decided to do a video horoscope every single day and just wing it? What would happen? So that's the kind of energy that's going on with this. We are seeing changes on our path, and we are having to accept that is where our path is leading us. The road has turned, and we're going down a new direction now. And it can be a little bit mind-blowing. So let's move on to the card for the day. I'm going to go ahead and bring up my video screen. All of this technology stuff is so new to me. I'm just trying my best, y'all. All right, so we're going to be using the MotherPeace deck again today. I love this deck. It's one of my first decks that I started to learn tarot on. And so I just really feel a kinship to it. Okay. What is the guidance for today? We got some jumpers, guys. All right. So we have the Hanged Man. Yes, it's time to see things with a different perspective. The Hanged Man, this is a guy hanging from a tree upside down. We've got the full moon in the background. Full moons represent endings, culmination points. So something is ending and something new is beginning. It has to do with our mindset and how we're looking at things. It has to do with our mental landscape, the perspective that we're taking on things. The Hanged Man also indicates that it's time to surrender to the natural flow of life and where the path is taking you and not resist the change. Additionally, we have the Priestess of Cups. The Priestess of Cups is like the Queen of Cups. So this represents that we are being emotionally mature. We are taking responsibility for our own emotions and our own boundaries, and we are holding space for others in a way that also guards ourselves in a very emotionally mature way. So I like to see these two cards together. It means that we're taking time to look at things in a different way, and we're being emotionally mature about it. Okay? So this is really good. That's a really positive thing. I like those two cards for the day. I would love to know, does this reading resonate with you? What's going on in your life? Leave me a comment in the comment section below, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Until tomorrow, AstroMommy.